In this video, we are going to learn about the color, disable, and hide dynamics located in the color section of Dynamics ribbon. A color dynamic reacts to a data source's value by changing the color of the fill, border, or foreground of an object. You can specify a number of properties that affect color changes: start and stop colors, effects for color transitions, fill behavior, flashing, auto-reverse, and many more. You can assign a disable dynamics to a shape or an object to disable all other actions based on the value condition of the data source. At runtime, a disabled object remained in view but does not respond to keyboard or mouse input. Disabling an object is a great way to ensure that program logic in your display is enforced, or to disallow an action that you don't want the user to be able to perform. GraphWorx allows various displays and configuration for users of different security levels, and disable dynamic could be a useful tool for such purpose. The hide dynamic makes an object disappear from view. However, unlike the disable dynamic, the object is still active and subject to control in the display. This feature is commonly used for the purpose of changing the visual properties of a display, removing features depending upon the user's security level, adding transitions, showing or hiding panels, state selections, and etc. And now we will jump into some examples of how to use these features in GraphWorx 64. I will create a rectangle and 3 identical circles with red, yellow, and green colors to create an object that resembles a traffic light. Don't forget to group the shapes together so that the distance and the size of these shapes remain the same. We will start with creating a process point and assign its data source to be this. This will create a local simulation that goes from 0 to 1000 with increment of 1 every 5 seconds. Select the first circle and add color dynamic to it. Set the data source of the dynamic to be the local simulation, the active when property to be this. The animation mode to be discrete, the low limit to be 0, and the high limit to be 400. Change the end color property to the one of your choice. In my case, it will be blue. This means that when simulation number is between 0 and 400, the color of the circle will be blue. Next, select the second yellow circle and add hide dynamic to it, with properties similar to the previous one. For the low limit to be 401 and the high limit to be 599, which means within the range, the second circle will be hidden. Next, we will add a disable dynamic to the bottom circle and set the low limit and the high limit for the dynamic to be 600 and 1000 respectively. And we will add a pick action dynamic to the circle so that it becomes selectable until disabled. Now we will go into runtime. Notice that first, when the number were between 0 and 400, the first circle becomes blue, and between 401 and 599, the first circle's color changes back to red, while the second circle becomes hidden. Before the number reaches 600, when you hover your mouse over the third circle, it changes into a clicking icon suggesting there is user interactive action associated with it. When the number reaches the value of 600, the third circle becomes grayed out, indicating the pick action is disabled and no longer clickable.